Hola amigos, ¿cómo estás? Welcome back to the channel. So today, obviously about four or 5 hours ago now, Mexico have officially unveiled their new crest, their new badge. Um, it was heavily linked, heavily rumored I don't know, about 2 months ago. So it's kind of like not a total surprise, really. Although the design was going to be a bit of a surprise because obviously there was a few knocking about. We weren't quite sure which one they were going to pick. They've picked it now. I've got it in the thumbnail, so you're going to have a look. Um, Yes, they did a massive, big old event thing at the Azteca. Looked pretty cool. Like a decent event, I suppose. Um, and yeah, so Mexico has a new crest now, which immediately, obviously, everyone knew it was going to spark a massive um, thing online, especially on Twitter. Some people don't mind it, some people like it, some people absolutely hate it. Like I said, I think I did a previous video about a couple months ago when the rumors started kicking off. Um, I did my opinion was that I obviously love the crest that we have now. It's the crest that Mexico have and had when I fell in love with them with the national team. Um, for me, I love it. You know, I'll always will. For me, it's always going to represent Mexico. Um, but having said that, the design by itself, I think, is actually pretty cool. It's a pretty decent design, really. It's just the fact that it's replacing something that I absolutely love. That's the downside for me. Um, when you look at it, I mean, Carlos Justice tweeted out, basically his opinion on what the reasoning behind it was, and I kind of agree with him. I was having a discussion with another guy who was like, why have we changed it? Why can't we just keep it? Um, it's a bit of a dumb reason, and I'm like, well, we don't know how much it costs to manufacture football shirts and make them from scratch, and obviously, Crest designs affect that, and it's not even just the cost of it either. I think it's also the design. There's so much technology now. I think a lot of technology that the normal people, normal fans, probably don't even know about that goes into these shirts. I've seen a couple of Arsenal shirts reveals behind the scenes where they've talked about this technology and that technology, and this is designed for this and this is designed for that. And I think Carlos's point was, having a big old crest on it affects the technology, affects the overall design of the shirt, um, and the product itself. So it's not just the pricing, it's not just the money aspect, it's also the design aspect and the technological aspect of the design, which I understand. I mean, Arsenal did it a few like Arsenal way back when with the crest that they have now. I mean, I preferred the crest that we had before that. The main crest, the big crest, and obviously, with the modern football now, everyone's slimming it down. The logos are becoming more simple, more um, easy to kind of mass produce, I guess. Which kind of leads people to think, well, that's just that's something that you can create on PowerPoint. This is an easy, simple design. It's deliberately simple because it's marketable. Like Carlos says, the sleek, simple design is gonna make more money because you have to spend less making it and less incorporating it into your design. So going into that, I think it is. I mean, for me, I don't. I quite like the design, so I don't think it's going to be too much of a struggle for me to see it on an actual official Mexico shirt. Um, and to buy a shirt and wear it, I don't think it's going to cause me too much issues wearing it. I mean, obviously, some people that have loved Mexico all their lives. I mean, this crest here, um, has been around for 10 years or so, I think. So, some people have grown up, like literally grown up with this crest, and for them that is Mexico, and I understand that, and I don't have that kind of connection, obviously. So it may be easier for me that way because I'm not as invested. I mean, I've been in love with Mexican national team since 2014, so that's, I don't know, 7 years ago. My maths is terrible. So it's not like I've been in Mexico for 5 minutes and I have no connection with the Crest at all. I love the Crest, like I said, um, but I don't hate this new one either. And I think in 4 years' time, I think everyone's probably going to be over it. Mexico's changed their crest a whole bunch of times in the last 30, 40 years, and um, I don't know why this one is so much of a bigger issue. I mean, I'm assuming it's because the design is so different to the previous ones. I think the last three have been kind of similar, just slicked down each time. Um, Whereas this one's like pretty much a completely different um, design. So I can understand people like having a bit more of a struggle trying to wrap their heads around that one. Um, than compared to the other ones. But for me, from my point of view, like I said, I like the shirt. I like the design. Um, I'm gonna like it on a shirt, and I 100% gonna buy a shirt when it comes out. Um, people talking about like when's the next jersey coming out. I think it's gonna be like March time. 'Cause that's what happened last time with World Cup. World Cup started in June, I think it was, and end of June, I think, and Mexico released their green Russia jersey, which is my favorite, by the way. That's my favorite jersey. Um, they released that, I think, March time or so. So I think, whether Mexico qualifies for the World Cup or not, I think there's going to be a new home shirt at least. Um, by March time, I reckon. I could be wrong. I could be massively wrong. If I am, let me know in the comments. But I think they're going to release a shirt sooner rather than later. The rumor is, the hope is it's going to be a green one. I actually like the shirt. I like the other black one. I really like them actually. They're really sweet. They're really sick. But I think it's time for another green one. If I'm not, if I'm not being too harsh. Obviously, the last green one was 3 years ago now. It'll be 4 years next year because obviously it's next year, next month. So 4 years is a long time without a green shirt for Mexico. So there's a couple of fan designs floating around on Twitter that are absolutely amazing. I really hope that one of them pans out. And I think the design, there was a mock up where somebody put a green shirt with the Aztec design and a V-neck collar and the new crest, and it looks really good. And I think a lot of people that hate it now will see a new kit, especially if it's green. If the Federation are smart, they're gonna make a green shirt. Because if they make a green shirt and stick this new crest on it, they're gonna win over a lot of people, in my opinion. Um, that's just my opinion. Again, that could be wrong, but that's what I think. I think a lot of people care more about the color of the shirt than the crest, but the crest is still important, especially to a few people that, like I said, have grown up with it. Um, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I like it. I'm not gonna have that much issues wearing a shirt with it on. Um, it's just the latest in a string of things that are exciting me about Mexico again. Obviously, we've had a terrible summer. All these losses against the US, we lost against them in the World Cup qualifying. I think we're third now in the table. So there's been a lot of negativity around Mexico for the last few months, to be honest. And to have Flores called up for the national team, which is going to be absolutely amazing. If he plays that, it's going to be significant, and I'll talk about that in another video. Um, but also, all the other youngsters called up for this game against Chile, like Ochoa and David Ochoa. I don't think Ochoa is actually getting called up because he's in the MLS playoffs, but he's absolutely quality. He's fast becoming one of my favorite goalkeepers. He kind of reminds me of Aaron Ramsdale in a sense. He's a little bit more of a villainy type character for the MLS than Ramsdale is for the Premier League, but they're both animated. They're both got atmospheres around them. They've got auras around them that fans, I think, just genuinely gravitate to. So I quite like him, and hopefully he gets minutes with El Tri at some point soon. I think he needs to be called up. But Acevedo getting called up, having a really good Liguilla, despite losing out the last minute, but Acevedo is beyond ready to get being stuck in with the L tree setup. So yeah, and then also this new shirt, this new crest. I think things are moving along with Mexico now in a slightly positive way. Hopefully, we can get a couple of good results in the qualifying games in January. If we can win the next two games, then I don't think anyone's really going to be that bothered about the US loss after that. It just depends how Mexico bounce back, and it depends on the roster as well. But I've just realised I'm diverging into World Cup qualifying, which I don't want to do. This is just about the Crest. Yeah, like I said, I love it. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. Do you love it? Why? Do you hate it? Why? We're gonna have a bit of a discussion on it. If I talk to you on Twitter about it, let me know. If you follow me on, if you subscribed to me on this channel, and you follow me on Twitter, let me know that you subscribe because I love interacting with you guys. And yeah, I just want to finish this video by giving a huge shout out to a guy that messaged me on, or he commented on one of my videos. Overnight for me, or early morning. Martinez S Fit. I'm hoping I pronounced that right, mate. Massive shout out to him. He obviously commented on my video, which is always awesome. But he also told me that he's put the notification bell on for my channel, so he gets notified every time I upload a video. That's super sick. To my knowledge, it's the first person to do that. If there's anyone else that does that, let me know in the comments because I want to give you guys a shout out because that's super awesome. Yeah, it really made my day. It's like, oh, awesome, because I recently hit 300 subs as well, which is absolutely amazing. I remember having like 20 subs and not thinking I would ever reach 100. So to reach 300 is awesome. The channel's growing, which is nice. So the view numbers are going up. The commenting's going up. More and more people are commenting. It's quite cool actually because I've got a nice balance of the old school buddies that always comment. Danny, shout out to you. He comments every single video. Um, and also there's a mix of that and a mix of new people that are commenting for the first time, which is also sick. So yeah, I just want to shout out to Martinez as Fit. Thank you, man. Thanks for it's the first time somebody's that I know of has put the notification bell on, and so they can get notified every time I upload, because I do upload a few videos. Sometimes I have a bit of a slump when it comes to work, but I'll try to do it regularly as much as I can, especially when news breaks and there's things that everyone's talking about that I want to kind of get my opinion in as well. So yeah, it really means a lot to me, guys. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I haven't not noticed it. I'm always keeping tabs on who's talking, who's commenting, and who's subbing. So yeah, if you're somebody else that has the notification bell on for me, let me know because I absolutely want to give you a shout out. So thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it, and long may it continue. And I'm glad that you're getting something out of my channel because that's the main thing, really. As well as me just getting an opportunity just to talk and ramble on about things. So yeah, thanks guys, and I'll see you guys next time. So adios and take care.